Charlottesville is now confirmed a PSYOP.
Yeah. And Alex Jones said that like 7 years ago or whatever it happened. So this is the highlight of this week, this month, maybe this year. So the Justice Department announced, how do we like explain this in the most simple way possible?
So the Southern Poverty Law Center is basically, the whole goal of it is to combat racism and white supremacy.
Huge issue.
Well, so guess what? There is none.
Yeah.
So they had to make it up. They had to literally pay people to go out and trot around and be racist and white supremacists, and
which is
KKK
why
members.
Everything in the past, let's say 5 years,
all PSYOPs
that came out, like
Charlottesville is now confirmed a PSYOP.
Yeah. And Alex Jones said that like 7 years ago or whatever it happened. But the funniest thing about this is like anyone in the past couple of years who's been paying attention has been like, you really think a bunch of like white people walked out and organized it? By the way, the most fed looking people you've ever seen in your life. It's like everything we see, Jussie Smollett, whatever the fuck his name was, who like planned the fake, dude, all the fake lynchings that have happened. You know what's funny? There's an actual video of a black guy from TikTok that went to the most racist part of the country and literally interviewed an old white guy. And he was like, I just don't really want to live around you guys. That was the most racist person in America they could find, which is how, I don't know, 90% of the country feels because we have black fatigue and don't want to be like stabbed or live around them anymore. I'm one of those people. The American dream now
people
is to
feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. Black people don't want to be around other black people as well because it's exhausting, and I deal with it every day. Most of us do, but it's funny. I'm like, okay, so Democrats pretty much like there was like no racism left in America, so they had to go create it. Mm-hmm. And while they gaslit us and blamed us, and you know every Democrat, all they use against you is you support rapist, pedophile, and you're racist. Which is weird because everyone inherently has racism. Like go China, let me know how they treat you if you're not Chinese. But it's just like now they actually they got caught funding it.
Well, and it's just so funny because ironically, we are probably the least racist nation on the planet. Throughout the entire, in all honesty, even during slavery, we were one of the first nations to abolish slavery. Funnily enough, white people literally started the abolition of slavery
and fought and
together.
Died for it.
Literally fought and died for it. So I love that like white people are always just made out to be the bad.
No, we're always the problem.
No,
but everyone wants to live around us.
But fun fact, brown and black countries still engage in slavery today. So can like, yeah, I just wish people would relax on the hating white man and how the white man is like the devil. It's beyond ridiculous to me. But yeah, one of the least racist nations on the planet, and you cry and scream about racism all the time, so you literally had to fund it and make it up.
Yeah. So we're actually we're now not racist enough. Everyone was getting funded, and I was like, I didn't get any money. I would have happily joined all these campaigns.
All those, oh my gosh, those memes were the funniest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen all the memes coming out, but it was funny because like if you genuinely look at any clips that came out over the past 5 years, none of them look natural. They literally casted these people and did fake lynchings. And then, of course, the one black kid actually goes to the most racist place in the country, and the guy does a peaceful interview with him and frankly says what we all say. And I'm like, okay, so maybe during the next election, are we still going to hear this bullshit of, and Ilhan Omar, when she's interviewed, the white man is the greatest threat. Yeah? Okay.
Please, like, if that is the case, and we are such a racist country, why
would you live here?
Why do we have Clarence Thomas as a Supreme Court justice? Mind you, one of the best Supreme Court justices we probably had in this nation's history. But why exactly is he able to ascend to such a high?
Obama.
I was going to say exactly. We had a black, or at least like what people say is a black president. So why exactly are we still a racist nation? I thought all of that, if you're able to achieve that level of success and affluence and the highest political office possible, how exactly are we?
I think that's all they have left.
It is.
I don't think Democrats have to cheat. I don't think they run on anything that benefits anyone. They use black people because they think they're stupid. Mm-hmm. They use illegals. They use homeless. I don't see the party for the people. I don't know what they're doing for people.
And they treat all of these groups the worst. They literally think that they're all stupid and that they're all able to just be manipulated, and they treat them like crap and keep them in really, really terrible living conditions and life conditions and all these things. And they just use them as pawns.
Well, yeah, liberals. I'm like, so you guys want more meth heads in your community. You want more drugs. You're fine with the animals getting abused. You're fine with everything soft on crime, which inherently I mean, that affects you directly, which is crazy too. And I'm like, it's funny, like, how could you vote against so many things? It's because they want abortion.
No, literally. God forbid I actually want the people on the street to get off the street, get help, get clean, whatever it is, get the animals off the street.
Well, that makes you like white supremacist, apparently.
Of course. Well, I don't know what they think. Like, do they think that we just want to like ship them off to death camps or something? Like,
I wish. Like, what? Like, wouldn't we be so lucky? Hey, Democrats are the one that wanted modern-day concentration camps for the unvaccinated, and you guys were willing to put your name and sign for that to be a real thing. They're anti-free speech. They want us all in, like, this sick, like, I mean, you know, on the tit of the government. They want everyone sick. They don't. They don't care about farming. They don't care about food. They don't care about water. I mean, ironically, don't give a shit about nature either, which is like funny. I think that's even more of a conservative thing now. But I'm like, I just never will understand voting to ruin your own lives. And like we talked about, you know, earlier, maybe voting is just the lesser of whatever evil, but I'm like, why not go for the one that benefits you? Why not put criminals away, homeless off the streets?
Exactly. Look, I mean, there's never going to be the perfect person on the ballot.
No, it doesn't exist.
Last thing I checked, Jesus Christ has not made it on the ballot and probably won't anytime soon. Hopefully one day, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you're never going to have the perfect candidate. It is literally the choice between the lesser of two evils. And
one is really evil.
I was going to say, it seems like a blatantly obvious choice.
One, you might die
every time. Yeah, exactly.
Look how many women and children have been sexually assaulted and killed by immigrants, whether they're driving trucks and can't read a stop sign or whatever it is. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I'm like, you might actually die because of. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't even think the only time I think racism actually exists is if it's against white people. I don't even believe anything else at this point.
Well, because look, we all have inherent biases, but that's not necessarily racism.
It's also not a bad thing. It's also a survival thing.
That's exactly right. Like we literally walk through life and are able to survive because we have those instincts.
Yeah.
But there, again, other than maybe like a few small, very rare cases,
small
that are
probably
honestly
justified.
Pretty.
I could go on for 9 hours on this subject, guys.
They're for the most part super meaningless. Like they're not taking over and controlling the country or anything of this sort, but they pretend like it is the biggest boogeyman on the planet. And again, white people are inherently the least racist race. So I don't understand why this is such
And then the second you bring up like black crime, they're like, well, that's racist to bring up. And you're like, no, I think we should actually talk about not only the fact that they're killing white people, they're killing each other at record rates, and maybe you should care about that as well.
Yeah, like why don't we get to the root of those problems so that black people can actually make their lives better and like
stop being the victim in every situation.
Exactly. Lesson number 1 is stop pretending like you're the victim of your own circumstances. Like take some sort of accountability. I think that applies to anybody. But like, let's look at the problems that actually create these issues for black people and get them stuck in these situations and create these behaviors. Maybe that's how you get rid of a lot of the black crime and all these things.
And like the stereotypes. Yeah. I mean, I posted the photo of the 2 black girls like walking across the street. And I'm like, maybe if you go into public with your tits and ass hanging out, all your cellulite, you have the satin bonnet on in public. I go, you realize, like, everyone in the world is really judged on appearance. That's, like, normal. But I'm like, it's funny because I'm like, what are you supposed to be not a part of that as well? I mean, what do I think when I see you in public like that? I just go, you're fat trash.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Whether you're white, brown, or black, and
it's not acceptable.
And you dressed like you are trailer park trash, I'm gonna think you're trailer park trash.
I'm gonna treat you like trash.
But if you dress appropriately, dress classy, dress nice,
don't speak
I don't
Ebonics.
care what race you are. Don't speak Ebonics.
But dealing with,
I will think that you are a normal, like, couth individual that is able to act
in society.
Able to act appropriate within society.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem that difficult.
I think being racist can save your life, but that's for the next episode. That's for the Patreon. Okay, so we have the Justice Department. Okay, so we have a video. Kash Patel is like talking about this.
What we're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive, sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud. I just want to talk about a couple of brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade.
Do they?
They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups.
Okay, that's enough. Here, now I can be like, he said it. I'm like, he said it, not me. So I'm like, we're good on that.
When I spoke to the mom who lost her daughter, it's a consequence of those neo-Nazis and white supremacists come out of fields in America with torches.
Tiki torches.
Nazi banners, singing the same sick anti-Semitic bile.
Well, the Democrats don't care about anti-Semitism anymore, so.
And when her daughter was killed, the press went to the then President Trump and said, "What do you think?" He said, "They're very fine people on both sides." And I knew then. I knew I'd do something. And that's how I decided to run. Because democracy was literally at stake.
Literally. Democracy is literally at stake.
He evidenced everything that we thought. You know, January 6th. When
the bogeyman,
of course.
January 6th.
Capitol. He talked about now, because he now talks about making sure they're all, let out of prison. They're going to pardon them. Think of this. Every other time the Ku Klux Klan's been involved, they wore hoods. So
it's not even, do they even exist?
This presidency, they came out of those woods with no hoods, knowing they had an ally.
He's
trying to narrate some sort of
creepy.
horror film right now.
And he stepped up for them.
You know what? And we can't show it because they get mad, but you can search it on Twitter. Go back to when he was in politics and he was literally saying the N-word and talking about segregation.
Exactly. He was wanting to bring back segregation in schools as recent as 30 years ago.
So the irony of him now being like, "Ooh, it's bad."
But the funny thing is that literally there were fine people on both sides has been debunked by Democrat media sources a million times. Like, it is such a non-existent claim. Like, it has been disproven so many times.
But they can say whatever they want. We have to have, like, facts. They can say whatever they want. I love it, including the KKK is literally... So let me get this straight. Republicans were the ones that, like, didn't want slavery. Democrats wanted it. And now Republicans, they are saying they have to, fight for democracy because they're racist. And then turns out they were actually, like, funding all this. So really the only racist group in America left...
Are the Democrats.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There we go.
Guess I'll have to switch my registration this week. So we have...
You'll actually get your ballot now.
Yeah, I like...
That's actually the key to everything.
I will switch back.
You make more money and everything by being a Democrat and being a racist.
I'm so jealous. They actually live such, like, easier lives as influencers. Like, I'm just going to be like...
They get paid so much money.
I know. I fucking can't. You literally, Dean and Harry are, like, legitimately making millions for, like, being schizophrenic online. This was the fake, like, white supremacy rally, which is, like, the most, like, clearly Democrat-funded organized thing I've ever seen.
The whole point of white supremacy, I thought,
is to be proud to be white and not cover your face.
I know. I was like, I thought the whole point was because, like, you're white and you have the superior skin color and all this, that, and the other. Why are you covering your face?
Why would you hide it? They're even covering their hands.
Sounds kind of like you were paid to be
like
there.
Like, this literally, like, you can tell, like, they put out a private casting.
It's an op. It's an op.
Well, and
then they probably went on Craigslist. And
they're also being peaceful, so it actually just makes white supremacists look really good. No one's even talking. Like,
no, they're literally.
Meanwhile, look at the Democrats go to protest us, and they're getting literally murdered because they're so freaking violent, and they can't just, like, stay home and mind their own business, which is a whole nother subject.